Right on.
What's up, Swifters? Swifters, what's up? It is time to chat. Let's chat a little. And with some happy sounds here. Let's see what we got. Why not have some happy sounds? Boom! None of my love. Come into the chat. Let's talk about it. ARCO season. Swift racing season. Hello, Elrator 7. Bum, bum, bum. So we're gonna do like an easy session here, 30 minutes. I got time. My wife approved it. I know, keeping the household sane. Yay, 212, hello. Yeah, come in. Show me that you are not a bot and say something relevant. Happy to chat. Ooh, what is up? What's new? What's new? Actually, I looped my chain. There we have it. And a subscriber, I love it. I have to. I think it's Ratkingo7 is subscribed, and I welcome you to the community of Swift Racing. Thank you so much for supporting the channel with your sub. Yo, Raymond is in the house. Delight 530 is in the house. How's your day going? Yeah, my day is going great. I'm delighted. Happy Easter to everybody. Take some rest. Yeah, 212 is that is a rest day today. And we just like spinning easy, shaking out the legs. Today's Saturday, tomorrow's ARCO. Like unleash race, unleash. Boy, come and see it. You won't miss it. How long have you been going? 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Not long. Not long. Ratkingo 7. Barely 5 minutes. Barely 5 minutes. So we're gonna do that session super easy, super controlled, just like keeping it under 200 watts. What is that here? 2 watts per kilo. It's just meant to be just to spin the legs, maybe a little bit higher actually, in the higher cadence. That would be good. And the Light 530 said, if you don't mind me asking, what country are you from? You know what? Nothing to hide. I represent from the heart. It's Germany. Born and raised in Germany, but I have found a different life in Canada, British Columbia. Beautiful West Coast life here, between mountains, ocean, city, and the playground to ride around my bike. I'm doing it inside. It's ironic, but yeah. Tomorrow is the day. There was a lot of talk at ARCO, And you know what? I kind of insinuated the flames. I hope I can back it up tomorrow, but there's no hope tomorrow on my end. There's just determination. I have to be determined. Lock in 20,000. How long have you been doing this? And I think I'm talking to bots. Lock in 20K. You know, 20K, it's gonna be not that much. So our estimated travel time is here 22 minutes, and we got 30 minutes permission from the family household to do so. So let's go out and like kilometers, yeah, 20,000. No, not a bot, bro. All right, appreciate you confirm that you're a real person. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Sometimes, you know, you never know. I mean, it's nice to talk to real people and not just feeding the bots, but yeah, they're all over. And to be honest, I'm not that tech savvy that I try to prevent it. If you come in, I might have talked to bots an entire hour, but if you're a real person, RatKingo7, I love it. Yeah, today it's gonna be a short one, probably like maybe 10-15K, easy peasy up the hill, and then out. Not a bot, bro. Yeah, I know, I appreciate it. So tomorrow at 7:30. What is this time here? Right now it is 10:30ish through. Tomorrow 21 hours and 21 hours. I'm hoping to unleash. Let's see. A lot of chatter around Calgary limits in Echo, which is a yearly, daily, seasonal conversation. But Echo is a race series on Zwift, if you don't know about it, where different categories, every category belongs to a certain rider performance window, and some people are very close to capping up, coming down. So I know what it's all about. Is it ego? Is it jealousy? Is it pride? I mean, you know what? I'm trying to focus on myself, but what I want is I want to race against the best in my category. I don't want to race against sandbaggers, or I don't want to race against people who spitballing. What I want is a fair racing across the board, and I applaud Erko and the organization team in order to do so. So, RatKing, is Zwift really so competitive? I was thinking about getting one for casual, or you know, Zwift is. This is the software here I'm on. It's Zwift. This one is just like a workout hill climbing session. Normally you can ride in more. They look like not real worlds, but they're more like they look like more worlds. You can ride in freely, as well as you can do workouts there. There's always an asterisk with competing or racing on Zwift, because yeah, you know what? Everybody is in their own garage, pain cave, wherever you are. And there's no real, let's say, doping test, equipment test, weight test, because people have to punch in their weight. And if you are, for example, a super heavy guy who can push big watts, but you put in half your weight, you will fly up that mountain in a jiffy. So that's cheating. So there's always like a grain of salt to require the people who race to be very honest, and it's not across the board like this, because people want to compete for the podium and they screw their numbers a little bit. But I'm not pointing fingers here, I'm just saying how people could cheat. That's one way. Having said that, Zwift is great for fun, racing and so on, but don't take it too seriously. If you lose against somebody, yeah, They were better this day. They were better. That's it. So don't bet your house on it, okay? It's just a fun exercise. Swift casually getting it. You know what? I mean, yeah, it's another subscription on your credit card or wherever you keep that. It's like Netflix, Apple, Amazon, whatever you have. It's on. And Swift is not cheap in that sense, you know. I think it's $19 or $21 Canadian. Then on a daily basis, on a monthly basis. I know some gym memberships, they charging that much. Or that little actually, because you get a lot of more customization. But here in Swift, you get a community. Yeah, you can go the extra mile and broadcast and have interactions there too. But that's a lot, I tell you that. Broadcasting your race, it's another level of stress you add on. Dutch man, good for you. How are your legs feeling? Oh, Andre, hey, how are you doing? Legs are feeling a little bit sluggish. That's why I'm taking it easy today. Tomorrow, I attack. I just see my foam roller. The kids put the foam roller right in front of the camera. Yeah, tomorrow's an echo race. Andre, there was a lot of chatter, and I insinuated that with a couple of sentences, and then everything blew up. Not really blew up, but I just expressed an opinion without pointing fingers. But I want to make sure that people are in the races for the right reason, and nobody is dragging their heels in racing the upper category. But regardless, is that a rice cracker or what? You know what? It looks like a rice cracker. It's a foam roller, which is right down there. Kids are playing with it. I think it's laying in front of one camera. Man, you are such a good explainer. Even when you're doing a hard workout like this, could fall asleep listening to this. Rod King goes 7, man. Why not? I'm trying to educate people and have some fun by it. And have like good friends coming in, checking in on me, and I'm trying to check in on them, on their recordings or like workouts. Like for example, Andre and I, we raced, I think ZL and letters. So yeah, it's fun. You know, it's like the world we live in. We have never met in real life, but I knew I would sit across from Andre at a table, have a glass of, I don't know, beer, tea, whatever, and we would have a good chat. And we have never met in real life. Isn't that crazy? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna like move that one. Whoop. Away the rice cracker. Hey, while we race, he means he is winning, I was getting dropped. And come on, you're contributing to everything. And I'm more than happy to be a domestique to you once at all as well and won some races. You know, when it comes to like team races, I don't need to finish first or second. I get way more enjoyment out of the fact in a ladder race, for example, if I contribute to the key strategy, I execute the final pull, exhaust myself and the people in the draft finishing a job like you, Andre. That would be my greatest pleasure. I don't need to be there, but because my fat ass is dragging everybody up the hill maybe, or up the ramps, and then it sticks on a descent. So that's it. I'm not a great sprinter, I'm okay with that, but there's so much more to gain. I just looped my chain and it feels so much smoother. I don't know if that makes some watt differences, but all good. Ratkino7. Yo, just a heads up, your Twitch stream is totally black. Alright, I will check this out. I appreciate that. I actually never checked that. Alright, I will check it out. It's like an audiobook. Alright. Why could it be an audiobook? Is there something from the camera? No, huh? Normally it should go through, but let's see what. 1 second. Let's see. I gotta reconnect to Twitch, see what they say. Connection successful. Okay. Oh. Let's see. I don't know. Let me know if this is better. Like, you know what? You're absolutely right. I'm missing a red dot, but there's another red dot somewhere else. All right, I will check it out. What's the? I clicked over my paddle. Okay, I'm back in it. Yeah, I never been able to watch you on Twitch. Always get an error. The view down is cancelled. Please try again. Google says it's because an ad blocker. All right. I will check this out. I appreciate that. I will check this out. I appreciate you guys coming over on YouTube, which I may or may not nurture more than the Twitch gig, but again, Rodkingo7, thank you so much. I really appreciate your feedback, and I will look into this. See, the non-bot potential guy helped me out big time today. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. I will check it out. Alright, that's awkward, but yeah. Or weird why it's not. But ad blocker, okay. Still doesn't do anything here. But alright, I will have it. I will have a look. So actually we already like up. We're already up the hill here. There was a quick riser. I mean, I'm trying to do some accomplishments when I go on the bike. Most of the time it's like checking off some badges or complete missions on Swift or get a new gear, I don't know. So I think there's a badge, it's called 25 times the climbing portal, which this is the climbing portal right here. And yeah, I think I completed like now 11 times maybe. I just got the badge for 10. I think that's the next one I do. So yeah, I am already like on level 100, and you know what, actually I'm not. I think I'm missing a few. I think I got level 100, but maybe that's the next 101 level, which is not shown anymore, but it's all good. not that I care so much about the levels, as most of the gear is unlocked after level 50, I believe so. Oh, 50 or I don't know, something like that. Don't quote me on it. Your Swifties will know. Swift Rider. You're max level ATM. Yeah, it looks like on my screen actually it says 100, but the orange stripe still has some left, and I think it's just 1 or something. We will get that unlimited levels later this year, later this month. Okay, let's see. Maybe an Easter egg will this be? Easter egg. Ratto7 just got the YouTube stream. How long do you have to Swift to get to level 100 OMG? Oh my god. I would say if you on it, I put out a number, 3 to 4 years, and you're probably finding yourself on the bike at least 2 or 3 times a week, at least an hour, and then for 3 to 4 times a week, for 3 to 4 times for 3 to 4 years in a row. So that's a rough estimate. I think you can calculate that probably, because every level has certain XP points, and you get XP points for every kilometer, if you do the math like that. So calculate the XP points which you need to reach level 100, which I don't know, and then you will know how long you need to ride in terms of distance to reach 100. Oh, here we go. Google says reaching level 100 Swift generally requires approximately 872 XP points, which translates to roughly 25,000 to 30,000 kilometers or 50,000 miles of riding. Faster with events challenges. Yes, there's a way of like leveling up quicker. Sometimes some XP points count double on some events. Your leg's gonna be jacked from that, bro. No leg they needed. You know what? My wife says probably I should work on my arms, and she's totally right on it. I'm a weakie when it comes to my arms. Little sticks here, that's it. But my legs are carrying me all the way in my life. And route badges. Yeah, route badges will get extra XPs as well. So maybe more like 20 or 15 kilometers a day? Or what are you saying, Andre? 20 or 15 kilometers a day? I have to scroll up again to see the statistics. So Google says reaching level 100 in Swift generally requires approximately 807 to 880 XPs. Okay, which translates roughly to 25,000 to 30,000 kilometers. Okay, there you have it. Okay, let's go to the max, 30,000 kilometers or 18,600 miles. So divide that to, let's say, 20 kilometers a day or 20 miles a day, and then you have it. How much you would need to pedal every day consistently to get there. It's a good exercise. You know what? I'm gonna do that very quickly here. Let's see. I have a calculator right there. So let's see. Whoop. Maybe Andre is quicker. Let's see. Okay. 30,000 kilometers. 30,000 kilometers divided by, let's say, 20 kilometers a day. You would need 1,500 days in a row. 1,500 days in a row, and you have to go on a bike and do at least 20K. There you have it. This divided by, yeah, it's 1,000 a day. So it's It's about 4 years. 4 years every day, 20K. Ha! Wow. I'm a nut job. That is a crazy statistics. Okay. First time I've ever seen someone wipe out a calorie while riding. Oh, come on. I know, I have my phone right here. Oh, good. So 15,000 kilometers, 20 kilometers a day, 2 years of riding every day. What? I have a different calculation. Andre, are you sure about this? Let's see. 15,000 kilometers. I think, no, you are miles. This is miles, I think so. 50,000 miles divided to 20 miles. Let's say that everybody 20 miles is gleich 750 days. 750 days you have to ride 20 miles. So, but 20 miles is different, huh? It's 1.8 kilometers, something like that. By 1.8. Yeah, roughly. You know, depends if you're talking miles or kilometers. Let's agree to one thing. 50,000 kilometers, 2 years of riding every day. Okay, it's probably German, original by name. Need to calculate that he's not an Asian. Yeah, Asian people, they have incredible sense of math. I think it's in their, I don't know, religion, tradition, like upbringing. The people teaching math very early on, they're always very good. Very jealous of that. Yeah, but most routes batches kind of double the XP. You know, and without any like doubling up and like Watopia XP double points and so on. Without that, just straight riding. So yeah, I think you can get level 100 by doing efficient stuff. Yeah, like batches route of the week, challenge etc. 100%. And you know what? Pace spots are your best bet. And it's so great to develop Zone 2. Because when you ride with a pace spot, over a certain amount of time, your XP points, the multiplier, I think that's what's called, the multiplier really kicks in there. And you accumulating multiple XP points in the same ride without having any like big challenges going on. And if you do that pace spot on a route which you haven't done, then you clean the route batch 2. I think route batch is 2,000 XP points. And if you complete, I don't know, like a challenge like the Swift games, I think you get 6,000 XP points. So there's ways of like shortening that for sure. Framing climbing portals, also it's still best XP. Yeah. As an Asian guy, it's gotta be the culture. You have to have math to get into the good schools. I see, okay. That's a good explanation. You need your math to qualify for certain schools in Asia, or yeah, maybe it's the culture. Yeah, I assumed there was something like that. And Asian people teaching that very early on. I mean, my kid right now is into math too. There's like great education on YouTube with cartoons. That's called Number Blocks. So he really got into it, and I'm nurturing that completely. So I hope this all turns out. I think people have way more access to educational videos and visual learning than back in my days, where we had to do books, which is a little bit not so engaging, let's say it like this. Everybody gets it right on here. Oh boy, I tell you that. I don't have the chain loop here, but this really made a difference. It's real like butter. It's butter. I have a Swift ride bike, and yeah, I see a lot of like complaints on Facebook, on the Swift Ride Facebook community site about some noises. And most of the time, I think it comes from the chain, just like the elements snapping back in or making some sounds. with the proper lube, and it should be just dry wax lube or something for indoor riding. Boy, this is like, I'm slipping on it. So let's see. Let's hope we will all contribute to tomorrow's all-out Airco race. Boy, I'm just like, let's do it. What a mega overtake. Did 15,000 kilometers. Even came with bend chain. No noise. Works great. Yeah, you know what? Like, I think the Swift Ride the Swift Ride chain, or in general, the Swift Ride comes to you pre-waxed. You don't have to do anything. And if your garage or your space is not super dusty, you do not have to do anything. So, but it helps a little. I tell you that it helps a little if you do it after, I would say, 90 hours of riding. Yeah, you know what? I was riding a chain on my bike here, which I had before the Swift Ride, for 12 years. 12 years I was riding the same chain, and then I changed the chain, and boy was it a difference. I got a little like a Swift bump in performance. I think a chain can make 5 to 10% if you haven't changed your chain in over a decade. Yeah, a mistake on my side, but sometimes I don't like changes. If you have a winning setup, why changing? Bend chain, sorry, slightly. Got it in my bedroom, not very dusty place. Yeah, Andre, you just fine. Just fine. A little bit of Linden there. I know. All good. And to be honest, you don't want to mess around with big oil or wax there. I know if you have like a mat underneath your bike, I hope so, as a sweat catcher a little bit. But yeah, it's always a little bit of a messy thing. But when it's done, boy, whew, feels like a new ride. All right, boys, I'm pushing it already with my wife here. She hasn't said anything yet, but I want to keep it all smooth, as tomorrow is the big race, and this is only like a little bit of a gear test because I had some issues with the bike. I couldn't, if we're gonna go like now in 21, now I have good resistance here. And when I gear down, I have easy resistance. I felt like there was an ego mode in it because it took forever the resistance to catch up to the higher gearing I put in. So yeah, no gear shifting, less friction because no derula. Yeah, no derula for sure. It's super late, so I'm gonna hop off. Rato, thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate your insight. You have a good day, and maybe I'm gonna catch you tomorrow, or you catch me tomorrow, racing on Airco, where you see me huffing and puffing. It's gonna be boards to the wall, guns out blazing. I will leave nothing in the tank. I have to put some people in their places. I hope I'm gonna make it. All right. Thank you so much for coming in. Yeah, you know what? Inspirational stuff. You and Andre and other people who come into the chat who give me a platform to speak, and we can have a one-on-one conversation, make this channel great. It's not me just like turning the pedals. It's who comes in and makes the show. You know, I always say with my friends, when we go to a club, Doesn't matter what the club looks like. Doesn't matter the lighting. Doesn't matter the music. When we come, like 5, 6, 7, 10 people, men or boys or whatever, girls and ladies, if we're gonna bring the atmosphere, this club will have a vibe. Doesn't matter music. Same with this channel. You guys come into the chat, we chat about things, and we make it fun. Yes, in a club the music can elevate. Yes, on this channel my performance can elevate the entertainment, but it's always the people who come. You showed up. Good for you. Happy Easter, guys. I will check it out here in 2 minutes. All right. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks, Andre. All right, cheers, guys. See you tomorrow. Game on.